He wants us to introduce ourselves.
Right. Okay.
Right now? Yeah. I'm Luke, I play lead guitar in the St. Michael.
I'm Will, I play fish, also known as the bass.
I'm Nick, and I'm vocals and rhythm guitar.
I'm Willem, and I manage these set of idiots. He's like that, set of idiots. Aren't that funny?
You're fired.
Get out now.
So I started writing a few very bad tunes for an assessment in uni. Then just decided to show these two, and then just had a little jam and just went from there. Yeah.
I've been writing songs with Nick. Well, we've been doing it for quite a few years now. We wrote a couple of bits of tunes, didn't we? And then it was like show meet tunes, and I was like, yeah, I'll jump on these ones. And then got Luke, and then yeah. What was our first show?
Commoner's funeral,
Oh,
bro.
Yeah. So I was, so we'd started putting a practice together and getting some stuff going. And I was doing like a charity event for Manchester Children's Hospital, and it was with my cover band. That ended up being my cover band's last show. And then I asked if these wanted to come on, and then we played that one show and we got mad reception, didn't we? It was a bit mental, so then we'd come from there, and that was just shy of a year ago now, weren't it? It's not that long ago.
Yeah, coming up to a year.
And then
it felt weird though, innit? Because that first show never felt like it. It felt like we'd played about 10 shows before that.
Shows, yeah. And then
weird.
Was the second one after that, we literally, the second one after was in Manchester.
Yeah.
On the Scruff of the Neck. So we did that one show and then we just straight to Manchester. So it was...
It felt good.
Willem and me have been involved for a little while now, you know. Yeah, we've been involved for a while.
No, they came and recorded a tune at the studio, the one that me and my brother have, above the Electric Church in Blackburn. And then obviously the first tune was really good, one to look out for. And then they came and did another tune with us. That was the Open Up, which was the latest release. Yeah, obviously they're really good. Got in touch. Now I manage them. The first show that we did together with the Electric Church sold out show on the 4th of February, right? 4th of February.
Try so hard to be excited around you. I feel like nothing when you treat me like you do. Nothing compares. I'm always aware. 'Cause you know I said I want to, baby, all the time. I said I have to tell you someday you'll put up the fight. 'Cause I came to say I love you, baby.
Me personally, it was just like my cousin played guitar, my granddad played guitar, and my uncle played guitar, so it was just kind of natural that I was going to play guitar. Just been around it all my life, so I just started playing. I don't know, just it's creative output that's just good for your mind, isn't it? It's fun.
For me, I just annoyed my parents at like the age of 6, just smashing pots and pans with spoons in the kitchen.
I'm your drum kit!
So then it took me, about 5 years to actually learn something on the drums.
Yeah, but you're mad talented though. You've got more hobbies than I've got flipping fingers.
When did you start playing keyboard?
About a year after I started playing drums. I had some lessons. But,
around the sort of time you won Lancashire Young Chef of the Year.
No, it was way before.
Did you win Lancashire?
Twice in a row, bro.
No, tell me about that. I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm just pro.
Brian
everything.
Belton.
The
Brown
only-
belt and karate over here.
And he was the main ballet dancer
Oh,
in
yeah.
Swan Lake.
I started playing music because my brother, I was about 10 years old and my brother had a bass and stuff. And I used to play it when he wasn't in, and then he'd be like, "Oh, you'd never be any good." And then about 5 years later, I realised that he's the worst musician ever, and he was like, "Oh, you're actually decent now." I was like, "Cheers, Josh." So yeah, went from there. No worries.
Very Rocky for the inspirational story.
Eh? What are you saying?
Adrian, you'll never play bass.
So at university, I do business management course, and obviously I'd rather go into music than go on to be desk job businessman. So I mean, if this pays off, lovely.
Influences on the actual music. I don't actually put a lot of influence of my music into it, to be fair. We've done a couple of songs that are a bit heavier since I've joined the band.
Yeah, you got them stonking bass lines.
Yeah, just run a big muff for everything and it sounds
Yeah,
heavier.
it just sounds heavier, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, I think my influences come more sort of present when we play live, because it's sort of like that attitude of just like a very punk-esque sort of like attitude. I play live,
punk show.
very eclectic and like stuff, so that's where my influences come through. I think most of the influence comes from your side.
Aye.
What would you say is your influence when we write songs?
Rakuda, One Meatball.
Clowncore.
Well, favourite band ever, the Beatles. Gotta love them.
Cliche.
But yeah,
Every white girl ever. My favourite band's the Beatles.
I am a white girl.
I love Morrissey.
Someone said I sounded like Morrissey last night. I wasn't a fan of
You
it.
always get told you sound like
speaking?
Morrissey.
No, from Open Up.
Yeah.
Fuck Morrissey.
Well, I think so. I think the influences in our tracks really come from bands like the Vaccines and Circle Waves, like Falls and stuff. But they're all like nuances from different sort of genres, different sort of acts that come together. So like an amalgamation of things that come into St. Michael.
Some 1920s jazz rhythm.
Yeah, and like we've like had like weird comparisons
right.
all the time. We always get compared to different bands, don't we? So like comparisons to like the Gaslight Anthem and stuff in the past.
I
and
think
stuff
people
like that.
hear their own tastes. Like if they like something, they'll naturally like pin you to other stuff that they like, because they sort of hold you in that same regard then, and that's good. That's good when someone like tells me that we sound like one of their favourite bands, or like.
And then they're one of our favourite bands.
Yeah,
It's really
it's
cool
good.
because
Yeah,
you hear it then. Like when my brother said that we sounded like Gaslight, and I was like, what? And then I listened to it back, and I was like, you can hear it
It's
in
like
little
raw
bits.
guitars and shit. Like,
yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. What do we want to achieve? Everyone says Glastonbury. We don't feel like doing Tuesdays.
Sorry, fine.
It's cold off.
Club
anyway.
Academy 1.
Yeah. To be honest,
Gorilla.
It's
On a
always
Tuesday night.
it's always been one of those things where we haven't really expected it to even go as far as it did for us currently. We're always very set back and a bit shocked, really. It's very surreal that we even sold out the Electric Church, and like the atmosphere and sort of reception we get is something we never expected to receive. For me personally, I was very minimalistic in what I wanted to achieve anyway, but like for me, I'd be very happy if we played one of the Manchester Academies, or playing shows in Leeds, and just I don't know, I'm just quite happy. But the further we go, the better. Like
Damn right, yeah. It's flipping.
I'd say the dream for me is just to release an album and have like a good reception on it.
yeah, we just want people to appreciate what we're putting out, really.
Have a boogie.
What do you want? He wants more for us than we do.
You want the money.
That's
I
why we
see,
got
I've
him.
seen it. I want the monies, obviously. Monies. We want the
Money.
we want the Nah, I just want to see him do well. Good lads, good music. Keep it up. We should be able to smash it.
Actually, can we go back to that question quickly? I have something to add on that. So we always had this idea, like when we're playing like anywhere, we always make a big deal about it being from Aussie. So I think one of the main goals for us was to make an actual name around this area, because nobody knows where it is, and even if you're from Accrington, you're always going to say you're from Manchester, and you see that so evident in like local artists especially, and it's like, why just be happy where you come from and try and make a name for yourself? Because we figured out quite quickly that if you say you're from Manchester, you get put in that bracket immediately of like that the Oasis and like Stone Roses, and it's not what we wanted to do. So we wanted to make a name for our area. So I think one of the main goals was to be like, oh, Oswestwhistle, that's where St. Michael are from. Like, that's what we wanted to do. It's actually getting people to come watch you.
Yeah.
That's a challenge in a whole year.
Everyone says they will do, don't
playing
they?
a gig
But
is like
getting them heads down.
part and parcel now. It's kind of just in our nature.
But
like,
it's
we're
so
not doing it.
it's so stressful though as
Oh, of
well,
course
isn't
it
it?
is,
Like
yeah.
there's nothing we love more like than being up on that stage, even for like 30 minutes, just playing our set that we've worked so hard for. But like behind the scenes, like it's so stressful, you know, trying to coordinate tickets and having like a ticket goal when you don't even know if you're going to be able to sell them tickets, and it's one of them where you don't sell the tickets, you might not get another show again. And it's like, how can we, as a band from such a small town with next to no following, like bring that sort of atmosphere and people to a gig? But all the stuff behind the scenes is very stressful.
I'd say one thing's nerves. Like me myself, I hate being rejected. Like so.
I've had arguments with you, Anna.
Yeah. To have, it's not bloody panto anymore, is it? It's sadder than that. Like me, I hate being rejected. So like, I wouldn't send my music off if I didn't have these two, like the first month, screaming at me.
The amount of people that have been messaging us asking to come play in their hometowns and like saying how much they love it, it's surreal. Like, it's crazy that stuff that you wrote in your bedrooms now, pretty much global in a sense. Like, especially you can see all the analytics and stuff on Spotify now. And
it's a bit mad, isn't it, when you
Big
go
up the
on
Glasgow
your
Dons.
YouTube comments. Yeah, in the YouTube comments, it's like, oh, Instagram brought me here, Facebook brought me here, best advert I've seen, and all. It's like, it's just madness. Like, come to Hull.
Did
We need to do a Hull show, man.
Yeah.
That guy from Hull, yeah? We're coming. We're coming.
This is direct. Which camera shall I look in? This one, right. This is a direct shout out to whoever's listening to this right now. If you want to break this man's heart, good, yeah, because we need some more tunes to write about. So any bird, yeah, come and message my guy. I'll tell you his phone number.
I'll be on Facebook. I'll be on Facebook. Nick the Power Man.
Nick Martin. Nick Martin _168 on Instagram. It's your Instagram, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, come and shout out this man. Give him some DMs and like, where do you want to be? Yeah, then play
Pure beret.
Pure beret.